right, y'all, welcome. It's Greg Dean Stand-Up Comedy Classes, our Wednesday open mic. I can tell you're just as excited as I am. It looks like it's going to be a small but mighty show. It's going to be fun. We got Leroy. Leroy, where are you located?
I'm located in Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore. Awesome. And Shannon, how about you? Where are you located?
Chicago.
Cool. I always like to find out because we get people from all over the world, and I think it's really interesting to be able to actually do this with people all over the world because I don't have to have the really crappy drive that I would normally have to visit people all over the world.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Shannon, are you going to do some time tonight?
Yes.
All right. How about you, Leroy?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do some time.
All right. I'm just double checking. We get a lot of people who want to be audience, so I just check with everybody. We got Lori Stedman.
Yes, here I am.
How you doing, Lori?
Hey, I'm good. How much time do we have tonight?
We're going to wait. The typical is 3 minutes, but if it's a small group, I'll open it up to 4. Or if it's just me, I'll do an hour myself. Now we're gonna at least 3 minutes, between 3 and 5. It's going to kind of depend on the number of people. People are starting to get wind of this, and it's starting to get busy. So we'll probably start sticking with our 3 minutes. Lori, where are you located?
Okay. I am in right outside Rapid City, South Dakota.
That's right. You're in our classes right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and who else do we have here? We got DC. DC, are you
what's up?
Are you in DC, or are you just going by DC?
I am in. No. I'm in Chicago.
DC's in Chicago, man. That makes my head hurt.
Yeah,
DC's
I know.
Not in Chicago. DC's somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah.
DC, so you're in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago. I'm just getting my light on here.
Well, check it out. Shannon's in the Chicago area too. We actually are. We're meeting people in our own neighborhoods on here. This is insane.
What's up, Shannon?
Hi.
Hey.
It doesn't get better than this, guys. It doesn't. Ken, are you going to do some comedy tonight? Ken is remaining muted. You're welcome to stay muted. But if you'd like to do some time, let us know. DC, you going to do some time tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. We're going to stall for like another 2 or 3 minutes. And then once we know everybody, I'll let you know how much time and I'll explain all the rules. Those of you who are new, welcome. It's great to have you. Hopefully this can become a place you can come back to every once in a while for some fun and laughs, and hopefully the least pretentious open mic you'll ever go to, because we're all just dying for human contact. It's just true. All right. DC's going to do some time. Strap up. You're going to do time. Strap up.
Yes, sir.
Strap up's here, everybody. He's all strapped up.
Sorry.
But your name is Strap Up, not Strap On.
Thank you.
Because that would be a little bit more awkward.
It depends on what time we go on the show.
Yes, it depends on what place I'm streaming on. Holy shit, Strap Up, a dog is attacking you.
Is this not working? No, it's not working still.
I don't know. I don't see you. Yeah.
I hate technology.
Are you dead?
Yes.
Reaching out to us from the heavens.
I'm back. It's me.
All right.
So
Crazy in here. You feel that energy?
So-
Philip. Hey, did you want to do some comedy, Philip?
I'm going to listen, man. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Where are you from, Philip?
I'm in LA.
In LA. All right. So you're local. I'm in Long Beach.
Hollywood Hills, Franklin Hills.
All right. Do we have anybody else coming up? Somebody sent me a chat. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Permission to record. You can do whatever you want on your end. The one thing I would ask, and we can't, obviously, we have no way to control this. We ask that you only tape your stuff, because it's not fair to the other performers to have their intellectual property on your recording. Okay? Yeah, please only. I mean, and saying that, this is going to be posted on Facebook and YouTube anyways, so it's out there. But I just need to tell you that I can't. That's my rule. All right, good. I think it's time to start the show. Shit, let's do it. Let me tell you the rules. First off, I'll give you the lineup. The lineup's going to go Shannon, Leroy, Lori, DC, and Strap Up. That's going to be our lineup tonight. We're going to do 4 minutes each. 4 minutes each. After 3 minutes goes by, I'll hold up the 1 minute left sign. Try to look up and look at the TV, at the screen every once in a while and pay attention. After that 1 minute goes up, I'm going to hold up this. It says, that's your time. You're welcome to not panic and not scream, that's my time. You can finish your
Okay.
joke. You can say goodbye. You can finish your story. But if it starts to turn into a TED Talk, I will be fading the music up. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. And remember, please remember, this is an open mic. So let's please be respectful of the other performers and everybody. We're all just trying to have a good time here. If something resembles a joke, please let air out so we know it was a joke. Okay. That's what we're all here for. We're all here to try to gauge a little bit of this, to see if some stuff works, to try to get the best out of this. And make yourself at home, because if you are at home, you might be at home. So make yourself at home, whatever the hell that means. All right, check it out. I'm going to start the show for us right now. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, scientists and lab rats. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I'm just glad you're here tonight with us to have a couple of minutes of human contact. Make some noise with me! Nice. That was good. Literally, I think I could see your tonsils, man. You were loud. Well, my name is Kevin Cossack. I'm going to be your host for our open mic tonight. I want to welcome each and every one of you. It's my pleasure to be hosting this for us tonight. We have a very eclectic show. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce our first performer without further ado. This first performer is a helicopter pilot. She breeds California condors and can hold her breath underwater for 26 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss Shannon Gross.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ooh.
Welcome to the Zoom Mic of Stars, everybody. Welcome. I usually use the stage name Raven, but the hazards of online mics is I used the wrong Zoom tonight. So. Anyways, I first started doing stand-up when I was experiencing seizure episodes, and the doctor diagnosed me with cancer of the mind. When I went home to tell my ex-boyfriend the horrible news, he said, "Thank God it's not your breast."
Okay,
Later
right.
that evening, he tried making whoopee to me. I said, "Not now. I have a headache." Obviously, that didn't last very long. So I went on make a death row inmate your manbleep.com, and I filled out the detailed relationship profile. The results said, "Congratulations, you are a perfect match for Scott Peterson." I was very
Like,
excited
okay.
to meet Scott, and I showed up at the Death Row Speed dating event with the requisite icebreakers, pics of any and all identifiable bodily markings, and a morph suit. Event coordinator suggested that all participants become identifiable yet unrecognizable in case it didn't work out. The 87-year-old prison librarian / hostess met me at the metal detectors. She was also bored of the shopping mall scene. She led me into the San Quentin cafeteria / makeshift fashion runway, and it was full to capacity with available women in there. Unfortunately, Scott went for her because of her bun pin. But at least I got to play kiosk footsie with the divorced Menendez brothers. Seeing the dejected look on my face, the hostess / librarian, she announced ISIS Fashion Week. It was a spring preview of their Body Bay Couture collection. I saw 2 celebrities show up with matching floral print straight jackets and black leggings festively tied about their necks to match their deer in headlights undertones. I left there feeling very desperate to shed my stereotype image. So I hopped back on the bus and I went over to the nearest metropolitan area serial killer career fair day. Convenient for me, it was sponsored by the major banks. So they were there to collect my debts.
Good.
Unfortunately, my curriculum vitae summary of credentials failed to set me apart from the other candidates because I have a PhD related degree. Well, I felt very scared for my future, but it's a good thing I went to a bucket list charity right before then. And I told them I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Tonight's my big payoff. Thank you, Make Me Wish I Was Dead Foundation.
Okay. Okay.
All right, is that it, Shannon?
Yeah, I'll end there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Gross sharing some
Yeah.
stuff with us. Shannon, I'm glad you don't live in my state. You seem like you could be a great stalker. That stalker smile and the crazy eyes. My eyes are crazy too. I think, we'd get along, but I'm glad you're not stalking me. All right. This is exciting. This is exciting. See, it only gets this good here. It only gets this good. I'm going to bring up our next performer. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer is a ballet instructor, a door-to-door vacuum salesperson, and a candy cane maker. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Leroy Laws.
Well, hello, Leroy. I like the way he said Leroy. Well, it's Leroy, like Bad Leroy Brown. But the only thing about that damn guy is he got cut up like a jigsaw puzzle at the end of that song. So I don't really roll with that at all. But Leroy sounds so dignified. Now, let me tell you here, I'm new to the stand-up comedy routine. I just retired in December of 2020, but maybe a little just before then, before COVID hit, that crap, I started doing open mic to see what I could do. So my stage name is not Leroy, it is ONB. Now I'm going to tell you what that stands for. Well, tomorrow I will be 67 years old. So I'm officially an old bastard. So let me break it down to you. O stands obviously for old. Now, I did not realize I was old at all until I looked down at my dick. And this dick used to be hard enough to crack walnuts. And I looked down there and it looked like a chia pet. It was hanging in this fuzzy background saying, help me, help me. So that takes care of me. Oh, then I realized, guess what? Your ass is old. No doubt about it. You're old. Now, the end. Well, they say when you get old, most guys, well, I can only speak for myself, we become real nasty. I'm very nasty. There's no doubt about that. Matter of fact, ladies, if you're out there, I will do you on the floor or up against the door. I will do you most anywhere. You know, I've even done it on the roof and in a telephone booth. I'm really Jack the Ripper of underwear. Now, at times I like it easy, times I like it rough. And I've heard some women say, oh man, wow, this man is mean. He's really a sex machine. Guess what? I can even lick my own eyebrows.
Oh.
So that takes care of the end of the O and the N. Now the B is very easy. I'm a bastard, not by choice. I'm a bastard. I gotta speak of my boys. My mama, I am so happy that she was more concerned about having missionary sex as opposed to sucking. Because if she had sucked, I might not be here now at all. She might have stripped me up against the wall. So I am so glad to be an ONB, which is an old nasty bastard. Now, because we've established I'm an old nasty bastard, let me tell you, sex when you get older is really, really different. Now, my wife and I have been together for 50 years. We've been married for 45, and we went together 5 years before that. It took you 5 years of practice to make sure that shit was really right. Then I said, okay, we can go and deep into it and get married. So, like I said, we've been together all this time, and sex has just changed just a little bit. We have a lot of oral sex, a lot of it. So we get ourselves all hooked up at night. What we do is she gets all dolled up, and I get myself together, and we look at each other, and I said, hey, baby. She said, yeah. I said, fuck you. And she said, fuck you just as well. And then we kissed and said, was it good for you? I said, yeah, good night. And we take our asses right to sleep. That's exactly. Yeah. Now, let me tell you, because I got all these years here, when you're a nice young woman, like I say, I'm an old nasty bastard. And this is normally the way it works. When you're young, your pussy is sort of sweet, sweet, sweet. But when you get old, guess what? You become a sourpuss, and you might get lockjaw doing that.
All right, Leroy. I'm gonna say it, Leroy. Leroy, you're like the Dr. Seuss of sex. I would do you in a box. I would do you with a fox. I would do you if I had 6 cocks. See, you're like the Dr. Seuss of fucking. That's great. See? Okay? I know. I know the things. I know these things.
You know these
Oh,
things.
dirty bastard, man. Oh, nasty bastard.
That's it.
ONB. All right. What age are you officially old?
At 67.
67. Okay. I got a ways to go. That makes me a little bit happy because I feel pretty damn old. But we're going to keep this show going so we're not being the air brakes of comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer is a heart surgeon. She played Hamlet and she's spoken to the ghost of Robin Williams. Put your hands together for Laurie Stedman.
Woo-hoo! Thank you. Come on. South Dakota. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. I had a career before I started doing this, and it was in customer service. Yes, I was in customer service. I answered the phone. I greeted customers. I took care of their problems. I would be out of a job today unless I had a job at a call center. Recently, I went and bought a television. Now, I bought this television from the same company I've been buying televisions from for like 25 years. And I love them, never had any problems, tell my friends about them. I'm a really, really good customer. Bring the television home and it doesn't work. So I go through all the stuff and I do everything that I know how to do. I do everything that the little manual says, and it won't work. So as a last resort, I call the customer service number on the phone. And it goes something like this. Hi, you have reached ABC TV Company. We're unable to take your call right now because we're busy helping other ABC TV customers. But your call is very important to us, so please stay on the line and the next available customer service representative will be right with you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for holding. A customer service representative will be right with you. And remember, your call is very important to us. Do they really think we're that stupid? Seriously? Okay, so this can go on like all day. This thing will just keep replaying and replaying all day long until the company closes. Once it closes at night, the recording stops, and then you have to call back tomorrow to start it all over again. Unless you're one of the lucky ones that actually gets somebody with a pulse. And when that happens, it goes like this. Hello, this is Jared in the customer service department. To who do I have the privilege of speaking? Jared, yeah. This is Lori. Well, hi, Lori. How are you today? I'm great. How are you? Oh, I'm very good. Thank you for asking. What can I help you with today? Blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, so I bought this television from your company. This is my 5th one, and I can't seem to get it to work. I've gone through, I thought the whole manual, and I did check, and I've paid all my prescriptions for my pay-per-view. It's just not working. Okay, Lori, can you tell me a little bit about your problem? Absolutely. So I turn it on, I get the little pictures up there on the screen, but none of them will load. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I paid my subscriptions. I checked on that. Okay, Lori, so let me understand it correctly. So you got the television on and the little icons are up there, but they're not loading. Am I understanding you right? Yes, you totally understand it. This guy is really good. He's gonna fix it. Okay, Lori, I'll be able to help you today. Wonderful. Great. So how's your day going? Well, other than the fact that I've been on hold for 7 hours, really, really good. Okay, Lori, the first thing I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you go over to the wall back there and just make sure that it's plugged in. Yeah, it's plugged in. It's been plugged in for a day. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna have you do, Lori, is I'm gonna have you go over and get your remote and just see if it'll turn the television on. Is this guy even listening to me? I told him the TV was on. I'm telling him all this stuff. He's not even listening to me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Should we tell the companies that when they say in their recording, you're really important to us, that we don't feel important? You can't tell somebody how to feel, for crying out loud. Oh my goodness, it's not working. We're not fooled. And then, this one's really, really gonna hurt, but I think we gotta tell them. We gotta tell them that the little troubleshooting guide that Jared is reading off of, we already have that. It came with the instructions. And we tried everything 6 times before we ever called because we knew this was gonna happen. Thank you.
Do you feel better now?
Then.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I totally relate with the customer service. I always want to say when they say your call is important to us, I always want to say not important enough to hire somebody to take it. This is not
There you go.
like,
There you
not
go.
important enough. If I was important, you'd have somebody answering the phone, not telling me the bullshit. Just like I hate when people go, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I go, why are you apologizing for my feelings? Your company messed up. You should be apologizing for your company.
It's horrible. It makes me crazy.
It makes us all crazy. I was going to say something totally inappropriate, but it would have had us all like storming the Capitol and trying to change things. And
Yeah.
let's just hang out and make some laughs and have some fun. Here we go. We got our next performer. Our next performer was the subject of numerous documentaries. He plays bluegrass cello and he was scouted by the Mets. Ladies and gentlemen, from Chicago, DC.
Yay!
What's up, everybody? Here, my name is
Hey,
DC.
hey.
Listen, before COVID, I was in Singapore for 3.5 years, and I missed that place. I mean, I would die to go back. Here's the thing with Singapore, though. Singapore has like no black people whatsoever. No black people. In fact, when I entered the country, they didn't even call me by my name. They just called me Singapore Black Man Number 5. Like we're an endangered species.
I like that.
But the country is stellar. It's clean, and actually, their COVID response is on point. Right, like world class compared to the rest of the world. However, people were tense. People were anxious because of this pressure of expectation. Heck, I couldn't even ride the train or bus and clear my throat like this without people around me looking at me like, I'm like, listen, guys, relax. It's not COVID. It's my Ebola. You're not gonna get it. So anytime you're in a southeast country or a tropical country and you see a sign that says "Do not feed the monkeys," what they're trying to say politely is stay the fuck away from the monkeys. That's what they're trying to say, right? Now, I remember this nature park, and it had the sign that said "Don't feed the monkeys," but I didn't read it. True story. I didn't read it. And there's this trail map I was reading, trying to figure out where I'm at, right? And I didn't see it. I was leaning forward, and then I feel this right on top of my head. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look up, I see this big male monkey hanging out and sit on top of the map, just looking at me like, looking down at me, eyeballing me. And there's a French guy beside me at the time. He goes, excusez-moi, I believe that you were just bitch slapped by a monkey. I was like, what? What? Now, and I want to know it was a male monkey. Well, maybe it's because of the big hairy testicles I saw in front of my face. It doesn't matter what primate, what animal, hairy testicle or hairy testicles. So anyways, I tried to kind of fake punch it, trying to intimidate it away. I'm 190 pounds. So I kind of go with a fake punch like this. This monkey didn't even flinch. This is how gangster this monkey was. All he did was this. like he's telling me, you want another backhand, bitch? Another backhand, bitch? I'll give it to you. At that moment, I just backed off. Like, all right, I'm in your hood. My bad. I'm going to step away. So I told my buddy about this story, about what happened to me. And he says, DC, listen, you're 190 pounds. This monkey's like 10 pounds most. How come you didn't beat up this monkey? The exact same reason why you never see black animal hosts. We don't fuck with wild animals. We don't. That's white privilege. Y'all can keep that stuff. Right?
True.
If I
True.
did punch this monkey, can you imagine what's going to happen? Because around 30, 40 monkeys nearby, a troop of monkeys nearby, willing to take me on, right? So imagine this. Now, first of all, and to be like a monkey gang rape on a human being, like, I don't want that to, go on social media. So, a cacophony of monkeys screaming, hee, hee, ha, ha, ha. That's what's going to happen. In my mind, I'm panicking. I'm thinking they're not yelling, screaming. They're talking, saying like, hey, let's fuck him up. Let's fuck him up. All right, let's stick his dick in here. Let's stick his dick in here. All right, let's run a train on him. Feels like monkey pussy in his ear. That's what I'm going to be hearing at the time. And the only thing that's appropriate for me to yell is, come on, somebody please. Somebody call the police. Someone call animal control. I'm being Me Too'd here. Hashtag BLM. So that's my time. My name is DC. Deuces.
Ladies and gentlemen, DC. I got to tell you, since I've been doing this open mic for Frank Dean's comedy classes since December, that's the first almost all monkey set I've had. I love it. I love it. We should get more stuff about animals going on here. I thought when he bitch slapped you, I thought he threw shit at you. So I'm glad you just bitch slapped, because that's actually kind of funny to get bitch slapped by a monkey. I mean, it sucks, but it's kind of funny. Shit sucks. Okay. All right,
It's
man.
funny. Black men don't mess with animals. I had some guys working on my back porch. Next thing, they come up from the back. You thought there was a snake down there. You know what was back there? About an 8-inch possum.
Yep.
I just,
8 inches.
oh,
Man.
God,
Well,
it's
nine.
just a possum.
Most possums are over 8 inches. This was a mini.
It
It's
was
a
a
mini possum.
baby,
It was
little
just-
baby thing. It was so funny. I mean, they were just, I thought, my God, what was underneath there? And I just took a broom and I shushed it off. And I've been the queen of the neighborhood ever since.
Bullets
Sherry,
and animals.
did you want to
same
do
fear.
some time? Did you want to do some time tonight, Sherry, or you just participate?
You know, I'm just listening. And except if you get to the end and there's time left, I'll take it.
Oh,
In the
holy shit.
meantime, I'm just, you got to have an audience. That's my job.
There you go. I
Yay.
appreciate that. We want an audience. The people who
Yes.
show up here are kind of a whacked audience, but it's still okay. It's still an audience.
Oh, I told my daughter what I was doing, and she says, "What do you mean what you're doing?" I says, "I'm going to watch the guys. I love it. I knew I was going to enjoy this."
Awesome. Well, we have a good time. Chris, did you want to do any comedy?
No, I'm just watching. Thanks.
No worries. You can just watch. If you change your mind and want to do a knock joke, just scream out. Donna, do you want to do some comedy tonight? This is the riveting part of it. I'm just teasing. Okay, Donna's not gonna, but we're ready for our next performer. I'm so excited. The next performer believes the best years of his life were the 10 years that occurred between 29 and 30. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Strap Up.
Yes, 29 and 30 days. That's pretty good.
I know you're not supposed to laugh at your own jokes, especially when you haven't even said them. They're just in your head. But was anybody else nervous when Sherry started talking about black guys? Did anybody else take a pause? It was like, where is this going right now? Oh, Sherry, I love you. I love you. And I'm so glad that that story ended on a good note. Oh, God. I didn't know who, I don't know who do you call for a Zoom call that goes left? I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know what department of government deals with those kind of cases. Anyway, Shannon, hey, how's it going, Miss Gross? Nice to have you. You were hilarious. You look like a cross between Nicole Richie and a cancer Barbie. So it was good, that you came. It's always great to have celebrities and stuff. The question, do you, in that mirror that's behind you that looks like a jury stand or something like that, do you go who's the fairest of them all in that mirror every morning when you wake up?
No, but I'll lie and say that I do.
Okay, we'll go with that. I just want to know. I didn't have there was no setup. That was just a question. Okay, Mr. Leroy.
Yeah.
Baddest Leroy Brown of them all. Hilarious, sir.
Yeah.
I can tell you a lot of things. One, you are inspiring to me. And the second, I was not expecting you to talk about pussy the way that you were, sir. That I think you just need a round of applause for the way that you just get in there and you talk about the pussy. It's amazing. I came twice. Say again?
Through the pussy.
Yeah. Yep.
We know pussy from the inside out.
That is so, you know what? That's so true. And it tastes like chicken. And that's what's important. That's what's important. What did you say? You retired in December of last year. What did you do?
I was the truck driver for 42 years.
Wow. Okay. For one company, or you had your own company?
I'm a Teamsters member in local 355. So I had three jobs in that Teamsters union for 42 years.
That's impressive, sir.
I started out lifting sides of beef. The shit that Rocky was punching on. For my first 10 years, I was lifting and delivering sides of beef on my shoulders. I was a young, strapping black guy then. I'm a long way from that now. But I was lifting sides of beef and delivering them to New York, Philadelphia. That's what I did for 10 years.
I have so many more questions. Did you ever pull over to the side and fuck one of those sides of beef? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Yes, I did. And as a matter of fact, I fucked it before they killed it.
Oh.
Oh my God, this is totally
okay. I wasn't expecting that. I think we all need to give Leroy. That's funny. I think we all need to give Leroy a round of applause. This man is 67 years old, retired last year, married 45 years, together for 50. He has an awesome chia dick. But probably the most impressive thing about him was the fact that you said that your mother has awesome dick sucking skills. And I just have to give applause to any woman who's so good at dick sucking that their son has to be the one to mention it. That's fucking awesome.
There you go.
That's awesome. I don't want to know how you know that. It's none of my business. I don't judge. I just won't do it.
I know it from the inside out. I saw it coming down.
In that case, I assume you're from Mississippi. Lori, where's Lori? Lori, I'm fucking glad you listen. That shit was fucking cathartic for all of us. I'm glad that it needed to be said, and I'm glad that you got it out. I really hope that you're working with a fucking therapist to resolve those anger issues, because that shit got real. So I'm not sure what's going on with you and your psychotropic medication, but be sure that you take it. DC. Oh, he left already, so I guess I can't talk about someone.
Thank you.
Well, DC's not here, so fuck it. I'm still gonna talk about the monkey gang rape, because I mean, who doesn't want to talk about monkey gang rape? That's just fucking funny, right? I mean, everybody monkey gang rape. And happiness for everyone. Thank you all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, strap up.
Sherry, you scare me. I love you, but you really scare me.
He always comes a little late so he can do a little wrap up on everybody. Hey, Star Knight, welcome. We're so glad you came to the show. You found us. Did you want to do some comedy tonight?
Well, yeah, why not? Why not, right?
You got
Come on,
That's what we're born for.
you got
Come
4
on,
minutes.
girl.
Before you start though, let me give you your introduction. After all,
Okay.
you did send me it, and I want to make sure everybody hears it. Ladies and gentlemen, our next performer is a ruthless bookie, a concrete analyst, and an abstract artist. Put your hands together for Star Knight.
Yay!
I think that's
Double
Sherry's. Was that my intro or
Yeah,
Sherry's?
that's yours.
Okay, I'm in. Well, you know what, you guys? I bet you didn't expect to see your Nana here today, did you? No. Nope, but here she is. You know, some of the stuff that I hate, it's my contractor. It's like a handyman, right? But he doesn't want to talk to me when he comes to my house. He only talks to my husband.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make him feel a little more comfortable. I'm like, you want to go in the kitchen and have some tea? Would it make you feel more comfortable if I wore some clothes? So after that, you know, that guy didn't come around. He sent his brother, Pete, instead. I opened the door and Pete goes, well, I feel comfortable. You know, they built me a nice bathroom. I love it. I do. But I just wish for one time that I could take a shower without my neighbor watching me. But you know, hey, the money's good. I mean, it's almost like a part-time job.
Okay, all right.
Every Friday, she pays me.
That's good.
I like y'all, I do.
I like that.
You know, I'm a Nana, so sometimes people ask me to babysit their children, and I hate it. I hate it. Nobody listens to Nana. I mean, nobody listens to Nana. I'm like, do you want a little kissy goodnight? Do you want to hold my hand? And that's just with the dads. Well, I'm going to kind of wrap it up a little bit for you guys, but I'm doing okay. But last week was a little tough. I'm just going to tell you, my husband made me break up with my 3 boyfriends.
What?
Yeah, but he didn't know about the other 8.
You're a busy woman.
We know your hobby.
We know she's good to the last drop, too.
Any final thoughts, Star? Any final thoughts? All right, we're
What'd
gonna
you
come
say,
back.
Kevin?
Oh, I said, any final thoughts? Any final thoughts before I get you a giant round of applause?
Thank you.
Give her a giant round of applause.
To the last drop.
Great, Sherry, we do have time available if you'd like to have some time. You want to do some time?
You know what? I'm just going to tell you a little story. I'm nowhere near as exciting as you guys. I'm a real boring old lady.
That's what you think. You have no idea, man. There's a cable channel about you. You don't even know. There's cameras all in your house. We're all fascinated by you. It's the most popular show right now. There's a Facebook page. You can hear about it on Jimmy Fallon.
OnlyFans.
My favorite hobby is to screw with scammers.
Nice.
Okay. And
So
I
you
try to see how long can I keep them on the phone, because if they're messing with me, they can't mess with anybody else.
True.
And I have to up my game. The other day I had a guy on the phone for 25 minutes and 44 seconds.
Good job, girlfriend.
Nice.
So I started when I answered it, it had one of those the mechanical voices, but it was a man with either an Irish or a Scottish accent. And I thought, Well, when the hell did they get in the game? When I pushed 1 to see what was going on, it was this very inexperienced Indian man who didn't quite have his game down. And he says, FBI, we have found that we've got a problem with your social security card. And I went, really? He says, he says, now let me tell you what we found. And I said, okay. And he says, don't interrupt me until I'm done, but get a pen and pencil because you need to write this down. So he had me spell out his name. Then he had me write down his badge number. And he gave me the number of the complaint against me. And then there was another number in there. And then he started running down on all of my crimes, which started out sending like $200,000 worth of cocaine to somebody in Mexico. He gave me 3 different addresses in Mexico, 3 different addresses. Do I know anybody in these places in Texas? They had found my driver's license in one of those packages. And I'm just kind of smiling and
Wow, you
mentally
really
realizing he has no idea how much of his time I'm going to waste. So I let him go through it. He says, now, is there anything I can do to help you? And I says, well, gee, I really don't know. I says, but I have a question. And he says, what? I says, well, and I lied. I started off, I gave him a wrong name. I gave him a fake post office box number and all this stuff. And I said, well, I'm 78 years old. And I says, I don't drive. I haven't had a driver's license for over 20 years. So I'm really confused that you found my driver's license. So he puts me on hold because he wasn't expecting that. And he comes back, he says, you're totally disabled. I says, yes, I'm totally disabled. He says, well, how do you get to the store and do your shopping? I says, well, I just order it in, and then he starts talking about all of these bank accounts. And he says, we've got this and we've got that, we've got this and we've got that. And he says, we're going to have to shut down all these bank accounts because we can't tell which one's real from which one who isn't. And that's where I lost him, because I should have, I'm going to have to up my game. But I said, well, you need to shut those bank accounts down. He says, well, we're having a hard time deciding which ones are real and which ones aren't. And I says, well, they're all fake because I don't have a bank account. At which point he put me on hold again. He comes back and he says, thank you very much. So, like I said,
Ladies and gentlemen, Sherry messing with the callers. I love that. I had a time when I got a bunch of callers, and it used to make me really, really mad. And so one of them had the phone number came up on my phone, and I went online and I got this software to call people back. And I literally set it to call them hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and they answered it every time. And finally, they got really, really upset. They're like, "Why are you doing this?" I was like, "I don't want you guys to call me anymore. Until you stop calling me, I'm gonna keep calling you." so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is where it all goes down. 3 times a week. It's a Greg Dean stand-up comedy open mic. We learned about a lot of things today. We learned about death row dating and a spring preview for Body Bag Couture. We learned about cracking walnuts with a hard cock and an old nasty bastard who has lots of oral sex. We learned about get your remote and see if you can turn it on, but customer service doesn't listen. Your call is not important. We learned that we learned about a guy who is considered Singapore black man number 5. and we learned about monkeys that bitch slap and have hairy testicles. We learned about black guys get nervous when Sherry starts talking about them. We learned about a Chia dick, and we learned about Nicole Richie and Cancer Barbie. One final thing, we also learned about Pete the contractor. He doesn't care if you're naked when he's doing work around your house. And you know what? If you're married, your husband probably doesn't like 8 boyfriends. And lastly, Sherry, was messing with collars and it went a lot of different meandering ways. So I don't even know what to say about it, but that's it. It happens right here 3 times a week. Let's give a round of applause to everybody that we had tonight. We had Shannon, Leroy, Lori, DC, Strap Up, Sherry, and Star. Anybody else I missed? I don't mean to miss you. We'll see you next time, everybody. On behalf of the entire Greg Dean team, it's my pleasure to say goodnight and to thank each and every one of you for being with us tonight. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
What a way to end my evening. I love it.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.